Gale 7 was a record sales topping yearling when realising 280,000 at the Doncaster Premier Yearling Sale in 2011. It was a record that stood for 7 years until it was recently broken in 2018. And it's quite easy to see why he cost so much money as a yearling when purchased by Coolmore. He's a great looking horse, great athletic walk to him as well. He was trained by Aidan O'Brien and he was a high class 2-year-old. He placed second in the Norfolk Stakes at Royal Ascot and was also placed in the Group 1 Middle Park Stakes at the end of the season at Newmarket. His 3-year-old campaign, he won the Group 3 Jersey Stakes again at Royal Ascot, when ridden by Joseph O'Brien. His oldest crop of 3-year-olds in 2019. He had a very successful first year of 2-year-olds, headlined by Don Carlos, who was trained by Joseph O'Brien, who also rode him, like I said, in the Jersey Stakes at Royal Ascot. The horse was subsequently purchased by Team Valor and will continue his career in America. Other notable 2-year-olds of his are the impressive maiden winner Top Breeze, who won his maiden at coaching by 6 lengths, trained by Richard Hughes. And also the 89 rated James Street, who's in training with Hugo Palmer. As you can see, it's a fine individual, and he'll be standing at €3,000 for the 2019 season. Thanks, Tom.
And so the next horse we have out here is the biggest horse on the roster. He's also the cheapest, but certainly one of the busiest. This is Elusive Pimpernel, son of Elusive Quality, out of Cara's Fantasy, who's a daughter of Sadler's Wells. Cara's Fantasy is from the family of Big Bad Bob, champion race mare Snow Fairy, and Elusive Pimpernel's little brother Pallavicini, who's a Strengths Stakes winner himself. As a racehorse trained by John Dunlop, although a big horse, as you can see, he was a very quick 2-year-old. He won the Aiken Stakes at 2, finished second behind St Nicholas Abbey in the Racing Post Trophy. And so they came out as a 3-year-old, ran in the Craven Stakes, won it very impressively. So the Craven Stakes is the Premier Guineas trial in England, and went on there to run in one of the hottest Guineas of all time, I suppose, with Dick Turpin, Camden Cliffs, Macby, St Nicholas Abbey. So it's a high-class animal. So his breeder, Mrs. Bettino of Anamoy, retired into her own farm. So he did 2 years there. And off the back of his relation Big Bad Bob's success at stud, he relocated to the Irish National Stud. Having covered quality mares in his first couple of books, but small numbers, and so opened up to a wider audience at the Irish National Stud. He really gained favouritism, covered increasing size of books of mares, and has now really gone on to be a proven horse. So his oldest crop of 6-year-olds, his oldest crop of INS breds are only 4. He's standing at €1,000. He's sired black type fillies such as Elegant Pose, Cabor, Elusive Beauty. Our head stallion man Paul here, the tallest man here on the left hand side, he is also the breeder of Course You Bleed, who was an impressive maiden winner, beating subsequent Ledger placed horse Southern France, and has gone on to look a high-class animal. Could be a Triumph Hurdle horse. He was an unfortunate loser in a Grade 2 over Christmas, but he's also had other horses such as Exit Pole, Ex-Patriot, who was 4th in the Triumph Hurdle. And he's doing this again at €1,000. So he's one of the most exciting horses in Ireland, on the dual-purpose market, I suppose. He's able to sire black-type sprinters, Triumph Hurdle potential horses. So he's got a huge future ahead of him. There's very little horses in the world, I suppose, that are offering that amount of quality for just €1,000. He's set to cover his biggest book of mares to date this year, his highest quality book of mares to date this year. But I think that in 2020 we'll be seeing a rise in his fee. So, but to be fair to breeders that have supported him to get into this stage, it's a hard go to gain in popularity, and he's certainly done that. So, and that's been seen in sales rings. Horses have made 280,000, 85, 160, all from the thousands of euro fees. So he's gained in popularity in that. The Racing Post named him as one of the best value sires in Europe, and the stats say exactly why. So that's elusive picker now, who's I'm sure you're going to be hearing more and more about as the years are going on. I'll pass back to Rob.
So next up will be Dragon Pulse. But it's probably fair to say it's everyone's best friend in racing. He's out of the Croco Rouge mare Poetical, who's from the family of exciting young sire Shala, who's by our own Invincible Spirit. Dragon Pulse is the highest rated 2-year-old by Kalaki, and therefore represents another exciting sire line of Pivotal, who's responsible for Sayuni and Far. At 2, when trained by Jessica Harrington, he won the Group 2 Futurity Stakes at the Curragh, and was also placed second in the National Stakes at the same course and distance. His oldest crop at stud are just 5-year-olds, and in that short time he's had plenty of black-type horses, highlighted by Legendary Lunch, who won the Woodcote Stakes a few years ago for Richard Hannon, Magic of Fire as well. The horse had a great 2018, highlighted by 3 stakes fillies. I'll Have Another, trained by Mark Johnson, Light My Fire, trained by Tom Dascombe, and the now infamous Chicas Amigas, who's trained by Jessica Harrington. And I quote Patrick Cooper when I say Chicas Amigas gave a lot of ladies a lot of pleasure that day. He's a super consistent horse, and his winners to runner strike rate is around the 50% mark, which is really an incredible statistic. His biggest and best crop of 2-year-olds will turn 2 in 2019, and are with some of the best trainers in the game, such as Mark Johnson, Tom Dascombe, Richard Hannon, Clive Cox. And he has great supporters year on year. His trainers love the horse, pin hookers love the horse, and of course breeders love the horse as well. And for such a good looking horse who's a machine for producing winners, standing with us at 6,000 this year, we think represents fantastic value. He's fantastic for starting mares off, or any mare that needs a winner on the page. This is the horse for you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Dragon Pulse. Thanks, Joe.